Good morning again, my friends. Welcome back to the Morning Mindset edition of the Live Will Change podcast. Yesterday morning, I introduced the concept of wisdom. And naturally, I'm not introducing the concept of wisdom. God introduced the concept of wisdom, but I introduced it on this podcast as something for us to consider when we think about our daily mindset. And I told you the story of my wife who, as a little girl, began asking God for wisdom. That was His grace that enabled her to see the wisdom of asking for wisdom. And I started out this series of episodes about wisdom by reading to you a section of Proverbs chapter 1, beginning in verse 20. And it described wisdom as a person and explaining how wisdom interacts with people. And I just want to unload some of what it said. It says that wisdom cries aloud in the street. In the markets, she raises her voice. At the head of the noisy streets, she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates, she speaks. What that's saying to us is that wisdom is readily available. God has made it readily available. There's nothing mysterious about it. There's no secret formula or meditation ritual you need to learn. There's no pilgrimage you need to go on to get wisdom. Wisdom is readily available. It's in your everyday life, in the streets, in the marketplaces, in the noisy streets, at the city gates, in your home, at your workplace. Wisdom is there for you. God is ready to provide it to you right there in the context in which you engage in everyday life. And then verse 22 tells us what wisdom is crying out in those places. Wisdom is saying, "How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge?" He's basically appealing to us, the writer of Proverbs is, through this personification of wisdom, saying that wisdom is calling out to you. Why do you remain foolish? Why do you remain simple? Why not turn to wisdom and seek wisdom, seek knowledge, and benefit yourself, benefit your life by seeking it out? And you see, this is a mindset. This is an attitude we need to understand, that we can ask God for wisdom every single day, and He will give it. It's readily available. It's not some mysterious thing we need to hope for and wish for and think we have to do some super spiritual thing in order to receive. We don't. Just like my wife as a little girl. All we have to do is to ask and to keep on asking and to believe that God is going to give us wisdom because He promises He will give it to us. The passage goes on in verse 23 and it says, "If you turn at my reproof," so if you listen to wisdom as you receive it and begin to act on it, it says, "Behold, I will pour out my spirit to you. I will make my words known to you." That's God's promise. That if we ask for wisdom, if we hear wisdom saying to us, "Hey, you're living like a fool. Turn around, ask for wisdom. Come and find me," then wisdom will be poured out on us. A spirit of wisdom will be ours. Man, I'm getting excited about this because these are exciting things to realize. If we truly believe that God in His goodness will give us His wisdom for our lives, man, do we have a better resource than that? Is there anything more we should pursue in our lives? Is there anything more important that we should set our mindset on every day? I look back at the amazing grace that God gave my wife as a little girl to motivate her to ask for wisdom every single day. And how He has done that. I mentioned that she is the wisest person I've ever met. And it's because she has taken God at His word. So today, will you take God at His word? Will you ask Him for wisdom and believe He's going to give it? Expect Him to give it and keep asking because there's no limit to His goodness? We're going to talk more about this tomorrow on the Morning Mindset Edition.